Yeah, good evening, everyone. I'm just waiting for our guest to join the call and we can get started for tonight. Tonight we'll be having a look at what does it entail to become a Scrum Master or a product owner. So let's just wait. Yeah, let's just hold on a bit. I think there's a bit of technical issue going on. All right. Finally, we are here. All right. Thanks everyone for joining. Let's get started. So that we don't waste too much of your time. So quickly, let me introduce myself and we can get started with today's agenda. So my name is Akin Oladeji and I happen to be the founder of Learn with Pride. And Learn with Pride, what we do is we help people that wants to transition from non-IT uh, or non-technical background into the IT space. So we run different IT trainings, like 8 different IT trainings, and we focus on practical training as well. But tonight, we have a guest on, who has got many years when it comes to working as a Scrum Master, working in an agile environment, who is going to be sharing more or shedding more light into what it entails, if you the life of a Scrum Master, so to say, or an agile coach, So without further ado, Mr. Yemi, good evening and welcome on board.
Yeah, hi. Hi, Akish. Let's even start your home working.
Anyone, that's fine. Yeah, thanks. I believe you can hear me loud and clear.
Yes, I can. I can. Can you hear me too?
Yes, yes, I can hear you. So without wasting time, yes, just if you can briefly introduce yourself and your background, then we can get started from there.
Okay. Hi guys. Good evening, everyone. My name is Yemi Odubote, and I'm an agile coach, a product manager, a strategic business consultant, and I'm also involved in giving back to the community. Really, that is why I'm using these accounts. That's doing that because I think that's what we're doing. Um, I'm not really big on introduction, but I'm just that person that is. I'm a people person. I like to help people. I like to get myself involved with people development and leadership. I like to make some money sometimes, and I like to give out money sometimes too. Let's keep that.
Mm, that's good to know. So I can ask you for money then.
It cannot be you.
You say you like giving out money. Why am I? Why is there an exception to that? But
Cannot be
anyway,
let's
yeah, thanks for that. Okay, let's dive in then. I know you've been in the industry for many years, and I'm sure we have people maybe on the call, or maybe people that will be watching this later on as well. That are considering maybe a career move or a career switch into IT, maybe especially Scrum or product owner. So, if you can tell us what inspired you to pursue a career as a Scrum Master and how did it all started?
ah that's very interesting. For me, right? Before I transition into agile or do what I do now or in this environment, I I found myself in an environment. I once found myself in an environment where I needed change. I'm always interested in change. I'm always interested to see things work out. I feel always I'm always uncomfortable when an environment where the process is not really going well. Maybe at work or whatever that we are doing. Maybe you know so many bottlenecks, right? Or maybe I was and I am still that type of person where I just want things to go smoothly. You are not comfortable to speak with your boss. You want to make a change. You want to help people, but there's so many blockers, so many things like that. I was, should I say, unusual. You know, when you're in an environment where people don't usually think like the way you think, maybe just few persons, and you wonder that is something wrong with me. Then fortunately, after doing marriage, teaching people how to think straight, how to do what they're supposed to do, mental empowerment, and I met someone online really. She was interested in what I do, and she said, you know what? She said, one day I'm going to bring you into the agile space. Then I was like, what's the agile space? Is it where they share money or something like that? But she but she said, don't worry, you know. From there, she would invite me for trainings. She would invite me to different events, and I was learning new things. And I realized that I'm not actually weird or so different. It's because I'm probably in a different environments that are not thinking the way I think. Then from there, I now realized I just fell in love with everything I try. I had to inculcate everything that I do, and from there, I got trained. From getting trained, it just was just a change for me. Then I was able to transition successfully because I had a coach and I had a mentor she was really interested in that growth, in wanting me to transition swiftly and comfortably and join the gang of non-tech in tech, like they always say.
Uh, Thanks for that. So looking back, you know, has that been, the greatest move? Looking back to maybe what you've achieved now, has that been the greatest move when it comes to maybe the career transition you made then, or you kind of regret the decision that maybe you could have done, maybe venture into something different? Are you enjoying what you do at the moment?
Enjoyment is an understatement. If there's another, if there's another word to replace, it's, when you it's just like you are able to voice out what is expected because you're like a change agent, and people want to hear from you that um, what ways can we do things better, and they want to listen to what you have to say, right? Even there, it has its own challenges, it has its own issues, but no regrets, onward, looking forward, and that is why I'm always, talking to people that just find your way into the agile space, get yourself in that environment, because it is the future. We're already in the future with all AI and things like that. But yeah, it is the future. No regret whatsoever.
All right. Many people, when they are considering a career move, especially to IT, majority things, at the mention of that word IT, they believe anything you want to do, or transition into involves it's technical and maybe involves coding. So just to break it down for people out there and people listening to us, what are the key responsibilities and roles of a Scrum Master in a typical agile development?
Interesting. If if those are journalists that heard me earlier, I said a non-tech in tech, in the sense that um, you're not expected to sit down and start coding, right? I remember when we had an event or at eMarriage, we wanted people, just as an opportunity for people to come into the agile space and understanding and see that yes, you can actually be it regardless of gender or your age. So we organized something. So a lot of people were skeptical. They were scared, like, at this my age, with this my brain, would I start writing code? Would I start doing coding and things like that? So it does not require any of that really. So it's more of you doing understanding the framework. Scrum is a framework. Is an agile framework. So you're being called a Scrum Master because you understand what that framework does, right? So you are going to be responsible to the organization you're going to work with the product owner, with the developers, right? So I don't want to say that they need you, but I will say you are needed. So if I say they need you, it won't sound as if you are a Superman or a super champion. But you are needed. You don't have to. So far you have a phone. You can use your laptop, or you can use simple Excel, simple tools, you are good to go. So you literally don't have to sit down and start coding and things like that.
All right. Thanks for that. I'm sure um, Scrum Master is not exceptional. Every job they've got their own challenges, you know. So in this your line, you know, as a Scrum Master, what, you know, if you can give us some examples of, you know, common challenges that or obstacles Scrum Master faces in their day-to-day activities, and how do you recommend, you know, overcoming them as well?
Challenges. You know, a different Scrum Master will tell you different challenges they face, maybe in the organization or where they work or things like that. So the major challenge really is, as a Scrum Master, if you are being trained on, by a standard coach or a standard, you train under a standard mentor, and you go into an organization that they don't even understand what Scrum is about, or they have a mindset of what Scrum is, they might really frustrate that Scrum Master, right? So this is what I mean. For an example, let's say Akin, you own your organization, and in your mind you feel like Scrum Master should be a project manager, should be a product manager, should understand how to test, or maybe understand how to code, and you now hire me, right? Then you're not telling me, oh, Scrum Master, can you quickly do this for us? Get us timeline. You've not done sprint planning, all of those things. It gets challenging because now you have to figure out a way to explain to executives at the top of what Scrum is, right? It might be like you're pushing, so that's a challenge. Another challenge is dealing with the team, right? Sometimes the developers or the team might feel like you are there to come and order them around. You do that, oh, you go and test, but that's not the case, right? But so those are two major challenges Scrum Master do face that I have faced before, but I won't really consider them a challenge anymore because I just figure out that, you know what, I need to explain, I need to coach what this framework is for them to understand and figure out a way we can all work together to overcome such challenges.
All right. Thanks for that. So again, I'm sure we have people out there considering a career move, transitioning, and most people will wonder, what must I possess? What are the qualities I should have before making this move? What do I need to have? What are the qualities or skills someone who is transitioning should have before they can even consider, you know, a Scrum Master role or a product owner?
Um, I can go on and list, different skills, but then again, it would sound like I'm putting a limiter to who can become a Scrum Master or go into product owner. But first thing we need to that agile is all about your mindset. If you have someone that you're interested in seeing things work out fine, more like an agent of a change agent. You don't like to see a lot of blockers, bottlenecks. You are working and you don't understand why things are not going smooth. You just want things to work out fine. That's a sign that you're an agilist. You have the agile mindset, right? But it will be challenging if you're that person that you don't care that much. You just feel like you, let's just do things the way they are. You don't want change. You don't want improvement. So you must have that improving mindset. You must enjoy continuous improvement. Let me use that: continuous improvement, continuous learning, and you can have conflict resolution skills, communication skills. I used to tell people everybody is a project manager. You do projects. Ordinary that you want to cook your rice is a project. From start to finish is a project. So having the communication skills, a people leadership skills, emotional intelligence, right? All of these things can be learned, but most importantly, your mindset. You must be that person that loves change. You are open-minded. If you're not open-minded to things, it will be very difficult to even help the organization you're joining, right? So
Yeah.
focus on your mindset. Focus on how you're going to enjoy teaching, coaching. How you're going to enjoy help process to go. You love value. You love your customers to get value from your organization. Things like that. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, thanks for that. Yeah, I want to look into worldwide now, you know, whether whether you live in Nigeria, Ghana, United Kingdom, United States, Canada, any part of the world you live, uh, from your experience, how is the market when it comes to, you know, getting a Scrum Master role? Is it buoyant? Is this a good time, for people to venture into becoming one? Is there a job out there worldwide, as in, because I know you can get remote jobs now, since after COVID things has changed. So in terms of getting jobs, any part of the world, how is the market when it comes to Scrum Master roles or product owner roles?
Oh, it's the job is just very much available. I must tell you. You know, I think it's it's even challenging. Do you get what I mean? Because the jobs are available, right? But they are actually looking for experienced people, experienced in the sense that those that know the job to come and fill those positions. So it's just available. The job is available, the market is available. People are still needing product owner, product managers. People are really looking for Scrum Master to help them, teach them the framework to build that project to be more valuable. So it's very available globally. Because currently I work remotely, right? And I don't know if I can go back to the office. I don't know how that would feel like, but I'm here in
You're
Nigeria and I'm
breaking
working
up.
remotely. Can you hear me?
I think you are back. Yeah, you can go on now.
Okay. I said me currently I work remotely, right? And and I'm in Nigeria and you can work remotely. The jobs are available. You just need people to fill the role. They keep posting roles for Scrum Master, for product owner, for product manager, for business analyst. And I think Learn with Pride, you are very deliberate with those roles that you're training people for, the product owner, Scrum Master, business analysts, and the likes. I think they are more than the tester, the QA, all those roles, all those positions, they are very much available and it's on a daily basis, really.
Mm. Your network is really dodgy. Hello?
Can you see me now?
Yes, I can hear you now. All right.
Yeah,
So
one of those
another
challenges with
thing,
tech.
yeah, I know. So another thing that I face most of the time when people are trying to enroll on any of our courses is they ask this question often. Um, is our package involved professional certification? Them writing a professional certification. But Learn with Pride, we don't really preach more on professional certification because we believe, the hands-on job experience, comes first in our own book, before you can even talk about, because we believe with your practical knowledge and you being able to demonstrate that you can do the job, you can as well, you can get a job without having a professional certificate. So putting this to you, with your experience in the industry, do you believe people going for professional certification first is the right move, or looking for a company or a training company that they can get trained on practical skills and all of that? Which one do you think is which comes first, so to say?
Uh, Using myself as a case study, I would say, thank God, I am very fortunate that I got trained first before um, before getting the certificate, right? And I can tell you that my first major training on Scrum, it involved people that have the certificates and they had to come back for the training 3 months to get the practical experience because they were saying they are just missing it at interview. They were giving them what was just point blank from the book, right? Can you hear me? I hope I'm clear.
Yeah, you keep going on and off. Well, I think you are back again.
I'm back again. Okay.
Yeah.
So my advice is that get trained. Like I said, using myself as a case study, I had to get trained before I even go and write a certificate. Because at the point where I was training, we had people that they've had a certificate. They have to now join our training for 3 months to get the needed experience for them to be a Scrum Master or a product owner.
All right. Thanks for that. Quickly, there's a question. What is the probability of getting a job in the UK after taking the course, or maybe project management or Scrum Master? The probability is high. I'm trying to answer the question quickly on the chat because um, since after COVID, most companies now look outside their region, to recruit people. And they are doing this based on the assumption that they can get a cheap labor. Take, for example, within the UK, maybe a Scrum Master role, a contract role for a Scrum Master is going for a 500 per day. And they know they can get the same skill outside the UK. That is why they reach out to countries like Asia, Africa, because they believe instead of them spending £500 a day for someone in the UK, they can actually get maybe £150 a day, maybe in Nigeria or Ghana. £150 a day in Nigeria or Ghana would be like 200,000 per day. You still getting 200,000 per day, that is still a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not even only the UK. Most organizations, most countries, Malta, Hungary, United States, these are all the countries, you can look into as well that they are looking for people, you can explore. But before you can even get to that stage, I believe you need to go through practical training. You need to know your onions. You need to go through the tunnel.
True.
And not until you go through the tunnel before you can know what awaits you after the tunnel, you know. But
True.
there's a great chance, of getting a remote job, regardless of the country you are. I hope I've been able to answer that question. That's for the person that asked the question on the chat. Back to you, Yemi. Let me dig in deep to your work now. So can you share, a memorable success story or project where your role as a Scrum Master made a significant impact on the team's productivity and outcomes?
There are lots of memorable memorable experiences, right? But for me, the one that still rings a bell was, I joined a team, right? And when you join a team that has been longing to have a Scrum Master, right? So fortunately, I joined that team that's been longing for a proper framework. And fortunately for me, they got me the experience one, thankfully, and we had to go through because there's so many things that were hanging. They had the tools that no one was able to put them through. They were using Azure DevOps. No one to put them through. They had the team, experienced team, but they were chaos, right? People development and leadership is one of the hardest things. Dealing with people, it is very difficult. So their personalities were all clashing and everything like that. And as a Scrum Master, you must have conflict resolution skill. That came into play. And people tend to forget that when you join a team or when you have a new team, there's something called storming. You go through a stages of team development. They wanted to ignore those levels and just jump right into performing. But I was aware, and when I had to come up with a series of training, conflict resolution. This is what we're supposed to do. This is what we're supposed to do. So within 3 months, the product we were building was able to go live. Within 3 months, it was a great fit. Everyone was excited. Everyone was happy. I enjoyed the feedback, but as a Scrum Master, you shouldn't take all the feedback, all the goodies. So you have to take it back to the team and let them know that, oh, it is because you're doing great, it's because you're doing well. So the impact was felt collectively as a team, and we were able to see high productivity in the value for the customer. So that was good. That was a good one for me.
Yeah, I could imagine. Thanks for that.
This feels
And
I
as
feel like I'm
we
doing
all
job. I hope you give me a job. I'm doing job interview right now. I think
No,
this
not
is a
really.
way of
It's just
saying
to, because the
this is more like
concern is
saying we are
for
teaching
majority.
people or showing how do they put it? When you go on
No,
YouTube,
not
you watch videos to
not
prepare
at
you
all.
for interview
The
questions.
concern is for majority. There's a misconception out there. Majority that wants to transition, there is no, they are not well informed.
True,
That is why
true.
that is why you see people thinking most IT jobs are technical roles, or most IT jobs involves coding. And also, one thing I realize is people jump on a course based on um, maybe influenced by their friend. For example, maybe a friend of theirs just got a job as a business analyst, getting £400 a day. The next thing they think about is, you know what, I want to go and do business
Business
analyst training as
analyst.
well. Not, not knowing that, your friend's strength, might be different, totally different from your own strength. And meanwhile, because you didn't do your due diligence, you didn't research into what it entails to become a business analyst, you embark on the journey. Halfway through the journey, you realize that, oh, this is not for me. You've already
you,
wasted
you know,
money, you know?
the funny thing is, because I work remotely, my sister-in-law, she's not live, or whenever she sees this video, she'll probably say, I need to be like you so that I need to come into tech, be a scrum master so I can work remotely. And then I'm like, it's yeah, you can, but there are levels to it, there are understanding to it. You need to be informed, like you mentioned. A lot of people are not informed. They just jump on one training course and they tell you you can become a scrum master within 2 days. And they do it for 2 days, they go and write the exam, they pass the certificate, they go for interviews, and it just becomes a mess.
Yeah. Although, half of what you said, because of network again, we didn't hear.
I think it's
Are
your
you there?
network. I
Are you
am. I think it's your network.
sure? Are
Don't worry.
you sure it's my
This
network?
time,
It's not my network. It's you.
well, we'll soon find
Surely
out.
it's not my
Don't
network.
downgrade us. Don't downgrade us.
Surely it's not my network. Yeah, so yeah, that's the reason why, this uh, career motivation is put together just to give people the kind of information, they need to make their decision. It's not about career move or transition is not about, you don't need to rush. You have to research into what it entails. As a Scrum Master, what does it entail? As a product owner, what does it entail? And look at yourself and, decide, is this something I can do? Do I see myself doing it after your own research? And when you make up your mind that, you know what, this is what I want to do, come rain, come shine, come any difficulties on the journey, you'll be able to succeed because you've already configured your mind in the sense that, you know what, this is what I want. I know the road won't be easy, but I'm ready to do the work, and with that mindset, you can move mountains. And, that's just the reason why, I want people, whether those on the line now or the people that will be watching it later on, to know what it entails. Maybe they've been considering going into a Scrum Master. They've been hearing Scrum Master, Scrum Master, Scrum Master. Many don't even know what Scrum Master is.
Yeah.
But because people around them have been mentioning Scrum Master, Scrum Master, Scrum Master,
Do you know
they
that
too want to do something,
any
they want to
any
enroll on this.
anywhere that I go, really, I always give credit to my coach and mentor, the person that trained me, right? The person
Yeah.
that trained me, I always give credit to her because if I didn't have that session where I joined and say, oh, let me get trained for about, I think it was about 3 months, it would have just been weird. I'll just be, typical. After the training, I was on fire. Let me put it that way.
Mm, mm. So
Yeah. So
where
I
you
always
get
encourage people,
trained or the
yeah,
person who trained you matters as well.
yes, absolutely.
This is your network.
It's in my network.
Let's just wait. Are you back now? You are back again. Are you back? since you are back.
Funny thing is that I can see you, right? I can hear you. I'm not supposed to
Yeah.
see or hear you, but I can see you. I can hear you.
All right.
You know, you're a
Let's move
senior
on
tester. You are going to troubleshoot that.
from remotely, right?
Yes.
That's good. Well, anyway, before we round up, I think I've got two more questions for you. The first one is, um, we all know in the IT industry, everything keeps evolving, everything keeps changing and all of that. So
It's like
what
your
trends or
network.
changes do you see on the horizon
Isotech.
for Scrum Masters? What
Can you hear? Can you see the comment section? Say, Mr. Kings, your network.
is my network? It's not my network. No, it is not my network. I don't think it's my network. It's your network.
Nigeria versus UK.
No, it's not my network. I don't think it's my network. Yeah. Don't put it on me now. All right. Yeah. So as I said, things keep evolving when it comes to IT. Um, what trends or changes do you see on the horizon for Scrum Masters, and how can they stay relevant and effective in their roles despite all these, things evolving every time? And also this AI, the issue of this, can you hear me?
I
Or is
can
it
hear
still
you.
my network?
I can hear you. Yeah,
All
it's
right.
breaking, but I can hear you.
So AI, everybody is scared of AI now. AI is going to take my job. AI is going to take this. AI is going to take that. What do you think about that?
You know, for what we do, we are involved with people. If you have AI lacks empathy. It just goes straight and tell you what it needs to tell you. You know, just like asking AI, how do I coordinate sprint planning? AI won't come and tell you that do this, call name, have a conversation. So as a Scrum Master, an Agile deals with mindsets, right? It talks about people development, leadership, emotions, empathy, everything that has to do with being human, right? AI is just a robot who's going to give you ones and zeros feedback. But as a person, as a human, you are going to put your emotions in check, know how you're going to settle it, and AI will not come and resolve issues between a backend and a QA. After I explain to the AI will probably just tell you that deal with it and be go and be fine with it. But yeah, there are grudges, there are emotions that can affect productivity that AI cannot tell. So being a scrum master, being a product owner, dealing with all of these things. But when you are in machinery, you want quick feedback. AI is really good and stuff like that, right? So the future of the scrum master most of the time, their heavy duty is at its team level, right? That is the scrum team. But as it goes, there are different framework on agile. Now, I won't say they peak, but a lot of people from becoming an agile coach, they want to become an enterprise agile coach, meaning you are going enterprise wide. So imagine working with a company like Volvo that has organization globally, right? So and they hire you to be their enterprise agile coach. That's huge. That's big. So it's moving forward. It's growing. Is because you have the Kanban, you have the save, you have different framework that works, and all of these things put together. The future of a Scrum Master is brighter than ever. Yes.
Thanks for the enlightenment. And finally, we have people out there, who are considering a career move, maybe to Scrum Master or any other career move. What would be your advice to them? What do you think they should do, to achieve that aim, to achieve that transitioning? What would be your advice to them?
The first advice is be informed. Good thing is there's Learn with Pride that is available. We have organizations like Learn with Pride that can advise you, and a lot of organizations will promise you a lot of things. I was going through Instagram and I saw one that said, "Become a Scrum Master and we'll get you a job within 3 months. If you don't get a job, we'll refund." I'm like, what? How can you do that to people? Or maybe they tell you become a Scrum Master in 2 days. Yes, you can become a Scrum Master in 2 days. They'll bombard you and you go and pass the exam. Then you go for interview. I ask you scenario-based question. It is never in the book and you don't have an answer. But because you've not really partaked in a very organized training sessions that involve practicals, right? So what do you need to do? Be informed, ask questions. The number two, get your mind ready. You can never be a successful Scrum Master or work in an agile environment if your mindset is rigid. If your mindset is fixed, you need to move from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset because there'll be challenges, right? Imagine you're a Scrum Master and you get angry very easily. So if you're being so there are things you need to to look at, and this goes beyond just joining the training session. So work on your mindset, figure out the organization or the training team to join, get involved, get interested, be a change agent, right? Then you just enjoy yourself. There are more, but those are the basics, right?
Mm. And finally, let me add this or ask you this as well. Does background really matter? Let's say someone that has been working as a customer service for 15 years, or another person that has been working for as an accountant for 10 years, or
That's good.
even aside that, does age have barrier, when it comes to
Mm,
transitioning as well?
that's a good question. It's um we've had the opportunity, or let me now have had the opportunity to train people that their background has nothing to do with anything technology. The only technology thing they know how to do is press their phone, or maybe once in a while get on their laptop. People have laptop and it's easy. They've not had the opportunity to do anything core, and probably they're just they have their store selling clothes, making hair, doing this, and they got trained, and their transformation was just super impressive, even for me. I would not lie, sometimes I get to doubt. When I mean doubt is that how long would it take this person to get it? Then to my surprise, putting their mind to it, they're already speaking the lingua, they're already speaking like a comfortable scrum master. And we've had the opportunity, or I have had the opportunity to train people that are in their 50s, almost 50. You know, they have grandmothers. When I was training to become a Scrum Master, I was training with grandmothers, two grown women, and they're not based in Nigeria. Yes, to be honest, I happen to be the youngest. It had nothing to do with their background. They would just love everything Agile. They were super interested, and everything worked out, and it changed for them. So forget background, forget all of those things. I think it's more of a fixed mindset and African mentality thing that my time has passed. No, no such thing in the future of work. Your time has not passed. So far you can deliver. You've got the mindset. You're good to go. You're on point.
All right. Thanks. Really appreciate your time for joining the session tonight, the career motivation session tonight. I believe with what you've shared so far, anyone that will listen to this later on, they'll learn one or two things from it. And I'm sure with that as well, they'll be able to make an informed decision on what direction they want to go when it comes to career transitioning as well. So thanks for your time. We really appreciate. Hopefully, when we call you on next time as well, you're going to answer our call as well. Hopefully,
How
well,
there'll be something to eat across the network.
there'll be
They'll,
there'll be
they'll be
e-food,
giving away
there'll be e-food, e-gift as well.
food.
Yes,
All
now
right, no problem.
everything is wireless and remote now. So there'll be e-food, there'll be e-gift.
E
You know,
gifts,
just
absolutely.
prepare yourself.
Yeah, no problem. It's nice talking to you too. All right, now.
Yeah. So we really appreciate your time on this call tonight. So once again, thanks everyone for joining. Again, my name is Akin Oladeji, and for any questions, inquiries about what we do, you can drop us a DM, and someone will attend to that as well. But till we'll see again, thank you everyone, and have a good night. Thanks, Amy. Really
All right,
appreciate it.
bye.
All right, thanks. Bye bye.